Eltish all out with 1 furlong to go. Left-handed, powerful stick of Garrett Gomez trying to keep her going. On the outside, Sweet Vendetta, Channing Hill rolling right by her. It's Sweet Vendetta. How sweet it is for Channing Hill and the Black-Eyed Susan Sweet Vendetta. She's all Eltish. Seattle Smooth was third and highest class.
On our last race in the Racing Across the Nation segment part of the program, we take you east. You're going to visit Woodbine Racetrack in Ontario. You're going to be watching the $250,000 Celine Stakes. It's for 3-year-old fillies. In this race, pay particular attention to the horse in front, Verdana Bold. Dynamite race.
Flank is Grayson Power. She's the umpires toward the inside, but Verdana Bold's looking awful strong inside the quarter pole. Verdana Bold is running huge as they turn for home. Grayson Power's dropped to the rail. Northern Craze is in between horses, in it for real on the outside, and it's Verdana Bold getting tired out there. Still holding on though. Final 60, Grayson Power trying to reel in Verdana Bold. Far outside for in it for real. They're running out of ground. Here is the wire. Picture time. Picture time in the Celine. Maybe Verdana Bold to a closing Grayson Power. It is close.
Time now for Sport of Kings Trivia. And here is today's trivia question. Name the only Triple Crown winner who was undefeated when they took home the Belmont Stakes. We'll have the answer for you in just a moment.
Don't go away. The Sport of Kings will be right back.
Time now for the answer to today's trivia question. Seattle Slew's win of the 1977 Belmont Stakes was Slew's 9th win in 9 starts. Big Brown can become only the 2nd unbeaten horse to take home the Triple Crown. Time to get a heads up from Hastings' own Mike Heads.
Always a popular feature during the thoroughbred season are the handicapping contests for the thoroughbred players, and we do have a contest starting on Friday, July the 11th, and each Friday until September the 26th. It's free to enter, $200 weekly winners, and 1 lucky person will win a trip to the DRF NTRA handicapping contest and be eligible to win over $1 million. Do check our Hastings Racecourse website for more details.
Our race of the week for today is the $50,000 Jim Coleman Province Stakes. It's for 3-year-olds, very competitive field. They're going 6 furlongs, or in layman's terms, 3/4 of a mile. Let's watch the horses.
Royal Hudson is owned by G. Gilbert, Dr. K. Chan, G. Kelly, and L. McLean. Royal Hudson will be sitting just off the pace and will be running at the end.
I've been working a horse. He's working pretty good, right? But he's running against nice horses too. The only reason I worry about a little bit about this horse, he likes to go longer, right? But he's been running in Auckland, like I say, he's fit enough, I think, to run a good race in 6 furlongs.
Diamond Tree is owned by Bob Chima. Diamond Tree just recently joined the winners' ranks and has some bullet works coming into today's race.
We think quite a bit of him. I took him to Toronto last year and he ended up getting injured a little bit, so we brought him back here and we ran him here and he won quite handily, so we thought he deserved a chance in here.
Savo Island is owned by Les and Norma Shaw. Savo Island is coming off a strong Northern California campaign and is a threat in this group.
He's a claim that I made in Golden Gate in the wintertime, and he's got some good speed to him. It might even progress into tactical speed where he might take off a little bit. We're looking to stretch him out later on, so we're prepping with these kind of races.
Tigerheat is owned by Bud Millette. Tigerheat is a strong Southern California horse that's looking to score his first win north of the border.
Mr. Millette bought him in Texas, actually. Not many horses come from there, but that's where Bud got this one. And he ran him at Santa Anita a couple of times, and he ran very well for him, so we're going to give him a try in the stake, and I think he belongs in there.
Till the Storm is owned by Mark Johnson and Born to Win stable. Till the Storm is a lightly raced 3-year-old and is making his first start of the season. Desert Elf is owned by Mr. and Mrs. Nick Felicella. Desert Elf is coming off a strong workout and leaves his blinkers in the barn for today's trip.
and he washed out pretty good in the post spray, and he was finished before the race. He never relaxed because we put blinkers on it and the California lip shank to let him relax, because in the morning he was just very, very strong cold, you know. So, and they've been schooling pretty good with the pony and here at the paddock during the races and outside, and so she's doing a lot better. And this field is pretty good 3-year-olds here. They're coming back, pretty good tough 3-year-olds. So I think we're better, and I'm just going to put it right in the middle and make a good run. I think he'll run really good.
Krazy Koffee is owned by Butch Gertzen. Krazy Koffee has a win already against some of today's runners and will probably be the board favorite today.
His first start here sprinting, I'm quite pleased with him.
How's the race look on paper?
Got a few new horses coming in, Savo Island coming out. You got a few horses come from these powerhouse barns, Jordan and Taylor. You got to respect their horses. They're in this game to win races.
Surprisal is owned by Tempe Stable. Surprisal gets in light today, and he probably would have preferred a wet track.
He's training good, and I think he's got as good a chance as anybody in there. He's not play strong. I think I can beat those horses.
Peaceful Terzia is owned by Glenn Todd and Patrick Kinsella. Peaceful Terzia is coming off a strong opening day win and is a good bet to hit the board today.
He'll come from out of it like he did last time. He'll sit just off. If the race goes right, we'll sit off the pace and come at him at the end. So, but you never know in a horse race.
And now let's enjoy this strong field of 3-year-olds going 6 furlongs in the Jim Coleman Province.
There they go. Field of 9, 3-year-olds sent on the way into Jim Coleman Province. And from the outside now, Tigerheat put on the early lead. Savo Island drives up along the inside. Diamond Tree gets a good spot in 3rd. It's Desert Elf in 4th. Peaceful Terzia. Then Till the Storm back to Surprisal. Krazy Koffee. Royal Hudson, the trailer. He's already 10 off the lead. As they go into the clubhouse turn from the inside, Savo Island by a head. Right there on the outside, Tigerheat second by 2. It's Diamond Tree in 3rd. Moving up on the outside, Peaceful Terzia. Then 2 lengths back now, Desert Elf, Surprisal, Till the Storm, Krazy Koffee, and Royal Hudson. Less than 3 furlongs to run. Opening quarter went in 22 flat. And Tigerheat on the outside pops ahead in front. Savo Island trying to hold the rail. Second by a length and a half. Peaceful Terzia in 3rd. Diamond Tree 4th. Till the Storm. Then Desert Elf, Krazy Koffee, Royal Hudson, and Surprisal. A furlong from home. And on the inside, Savo Island, Tigerheat. Here's Peaceful Terzia closing in the center of the track. Down the lane they come in the Jim Coleman Province. It's Savo Island. Peaceful Terzia on the outside. Tigerheat 3rd. Peaceful Terzia to score.
Clay, first of all, run us through the race from your perspective from the grandstand.
Well, horse broke good, and Jock put him right where we wanted him to be. Just set off the pace. The speed's sort of not been holding all day, and we were 3 wide the whole way, but he saved enough horse, and we only claimed this horse for $25,000. But I thought it was a pretty open field when we entered, and the horse ran a big race.
To say off those words, you just said that you were confident.
Yeah, I was actually pretty confident. I really was. I talked to Bob Cheeman, and I told him I was going to win this race. So.
Any idea where he goes next?
No, we'll see how he comes out of it, and I think he'd be a better horse going around the ground. He's an AP Indy, and we claimed him to run him around the ground, but we haven't run him around the ground yet. So we'll see what kind of horse he is when he runs around the ground.
Thanks a lot, Glenn.
Thanks, Tom.
Don't go away. The Sport of Kings. We'll be right back.
Today on our Vancouver Province Salute to the Champions, we travel back 2 weeks. You're going to be looking at Kentucky Derby winner Big Brown's victory, astonishing victory in the $1 Million Preakness Stakes run at Pimlico Racetrack in Maryland. The distance is 1 mile 3/16. Once again, an amazing race.
The Salute to the Champions is brought to you by the Province Sports, where you can read Tommy Walski's column, Hoss Talk, every Friday. The Province Sports, it all starts here.
And they're off. And Big Brown got off to a good start. So did Macho again down toward the inside. Big Brown forwardly placed. Macho again is there. On the far outside, here's Riley Tucker. And Riley Tucker's going to be the early leader. Hayburn with some early speed today. And Gallego, he's way out there. Big Brown has been guided to the rail. He's running along in fourth now. Then Steeple fifth. Giant Moon sixth on the outside. Macho again broke well, but he's now back running in seventh. Kentucky Bear is eighth on the outside. Race Car Rhapsody is ninth toward the rail. And that's Ichabod Crane 10th down toward the inside, followed by Yankee Bravo. And the last of them all is Trace Barachos. This is a very unusual spot for him. He's usually in front at this point. The opening quarter goes at 23 2/5 seconds as they whip around that first turn here at Pimlico and move down the backstretch. The half was a sensible 46 4, and so it's Gallego on top. Riley Tucker runs along in second, and Big Brown, he's just loping along now. Third as they approach that half-mile pole. Hayburn runs along now in fourth, and down toward the inside, Steeple is fifth. Room at the rail for Kentucky Bear, and he moves out. A decisive move for Kentucky Bear going into the far turn, and Giant Moon around the far turn they go. 3/4 up in 1, 10 and 2, and Big Brown moves on the outside as they round the far turn. Riley Tucker has come away with a narrow lead. Gallego fights on. Big Brown right there on the outside. Just in behind them, Kentucky Bear down toward the inside. Race Car Rhapsody and Hayburn, and they turn for home in the Preakness, and Big Brown has seized the lead, and he is pulling away. Big Brown's doing it again. He is disappearing from the field. He's in front by 5. And then it's Race Car Rhapsody, and on the outside, Macho again, and just cruising on the line. Captain Sorbo looked in the rearview mirror, nobody was there. He waltzes home to win the Preakness. No one's ever been close to Big Brown. Macho again finished in second. Ichabod Crane was third. So there he is, Big Brown, and it's now on to Belmont and the elusive Triple Crown.
Now here's a question for all you out there. You just watched Big Brown's amazing victory in the Preakness Stakes. Here's a question for you. Do you think he's a super horse, or was he merely racing against far inferior rivals? That's it for this edition of the Sport of Kings. Once again, thanks for allowing us to spend this last half hour with you on this Saturday morning. Remember, keep them straight, or that final turn, we're going to get you.